So what if Apple did bring USB-C to the next iPhone, but not in the way you think? As yes, rumors of the iPhone 15 hint to major changes, but also some known practices to lock you in. Apple seems to be working on an Apple Watch Series X, but I think it's a story you've already seen before, and maybe it would be a good idea for you to not hit the buttons on your Pixel too hard. I'm Jaime Rivera, and happy Friday, everyone, though expect a lot of cool stuff coming over the weekend, because it is that time of year. This is Pocketnow Daily. The official news today are non-existent, so let's just start with Google and some complaints about the Pixel 7 Pro. For years, Pixel smartphones have always seemed to have small flaws with their hardware, even if last year it was mostly about software. Well, Pixel 7 Pro owners are reporting that their volume buttons are falling off relatively easy and in random ways. The issue was first mentioned by Android Central's Nick Sutrick, who had his Pixel 7 Pro's volume buttons come off while filming a comparison video with the S23 Ultra. This case became even more relevant after he mentioned that the Pixel 7 Pro is not his main phone, meaning that it's basically new. After his video, several Reddit users reported the same issue on Google support forums, and what makes it worse is that Google support hasn't been too helpful, as expected, and some representatives said that the issue falls out of warranty. If you've had issues, let us know in the comments, because this is a big no-no. How could it be that this is not in the warranty? Now let's talk about Samsung, since we have the full leak specifications of the Galaxy A series smartphones that are pending, A34 and A54, which, whether you want to admit to it or not, is the company's best-selling lineup and also an indication of where their silicon business is going. One feature stated that the Galaxy A54 will be powered by the Exynos 1380, paired with 8 gigs of RAM and up to 256 gigs of storage, which is a win for Sammy. Now, on the camera department, that A54 will feature a 50-megapixel sensor, plus a 12-megapixel camera for the ultra-wide and a 5-megapixel macro you'll never use. It'll also bring a massive 5,000 mAh battery, which is great for the price. Now, as for the smaller sibling, the A34 will actually not be powered by Samsung. It'll have a MediaTek Dimensity MT6877V rather than an Exynos SoC, and I do remember this happening last year with a different variant as well. This model will have less RAM with only 6 gigs, and then up to 256 gigs of storage, which is expandable up to 1 terabyte. It will run a 48-megapixel main sensor and an 8-megapixel ultra-wide setup, and also a 5,000 mAh battery with 25-watt charging. Price tags for the A34, $426, A54, $530. I know, the specs are kind of awesome. We'll see what we get. Moving on, let's talk about Apple, because we have new information about the upcoming Apple Watch series. It is reported that the company will launch a new series called the Apple Watch Series X or 10, and a third-generation Apple Watch SE with a larger display. The report claims that the Series X or 10 will have a 1.8-inch and 2.04-inch display size options, which would be 5 to 10% larger than the Series 8 model. This new X lineup would be similar to the branding of the iPhone 10, but that is not 100% confirmed. It will most likely have something to do with it being the 10th generation watch, actually 9th generation watch, but there was no iPhone 9, so it could be that they're just following on that same mentality. And as for the SE model, we can expect the new version to adopt the size of the Apple Watch Series 8 with similar bezels. And on the more premium side of the lineup, Ross Young claims that the upcoming Ultra model will feature a larger 2.13-inch display, which already has me curious as to how they're going to fit that in, but we'll see how that evolves. And finally, for the hottest news today, let's talk about Apple, since we have some good news about the iPhone 15 series, but then at the same time, we also have some sort of weird or bad news. According to a new report by Shrimp Apple Pro, the base and plus models of the upcoming lineup will have a new camera bump design. Sadly, he didn't share any specifics or details other than the possibility of them changing. Other sources do claim that Cupertino will add that same 48-megapixel camera that we have on the Pro models to the iPhone 15 and 15 Plus, which would explain the new camera bump. And then that pretty much backs up the rumored change in design, which makes you wonder what cameras are we getting on the Pros. And moving on, we all know that it is reported that the iPhone will finally make a change to USB-C, and yes, those Pros are great news, but it seems like the company is planning to follow the strategy that we currently have with the Lightning cable. The new information suggests that the iPhone 15's USB-C charging cable will feature a Lightning-like authenticator chip, potentially limiting its functionality with Apple unapproved accessories. This chip will force customers to keep buying genuine iPhone peripherals, and at the same time, Apple receives a commission for MFI certified accessories. Also, it's very possible that the company could limit features like fast charging and high data transfer speeds on these cables. But anyways, in today's question, let us know, what do you think about the possible changes for the iPhone 15 series? Do you like what you see or not? Because honestly, if they're bringing better cameras to the iPhone 15 base models, I'm already curious as to what the pros are going to do. And about the cables, it's Apple. What did you expect? That's just me. Leave us a comment down below. We'd love to know your opinion. Friends, again, if you want to get the news earlier, follow us on Pocketnow.com and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this one. You can also follow us on social media. Our extended coverage happens on Instagram, and follow me on my personal handles to see me debate the obvious and tease you for what's coming next. Please give this video a thumbs up if you like what you saw. I'm Jaime Rivera. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you over the weekend.